we can't play those songs. We don't have permission. So let's start back up.
That's retarded.
All right.
Don't drop that word. That's a bad one.
We're back, guys. Unfortunately, they killed the live on us because we played the Lazy Mary song and we didn't have permission or the copyrights to that. So we apologize to Instagram for that. We'll find another song to play. But Phil from Shirley, tap back in, brother. Technical difficulties, but we're back live. And again, we apologize. Instagram, stop the live.
Do you guys think we?
Song.
Do you guys think
IG didn't like it? Someone named Mary that works for Instagram didn't like that one, you know? Come on, Instagram. It's the New York Mets, Instagram. There's a bunch of Goombas in New York. They play that song at every Met game. Come on now.
All right, so who we got in the live tonight?
Do you guys think we might? Yes or no?
Hopefully.
We're gonna, if we finish the sweep, it'll be just in time for the All-Star break, and then the team will go cold. That's what I was trying to say to you before.
They're trying to hold us back, boys.
And so rudely interrupted us. But anyway,
they're trying to stop us, boys.
No, I was saying, I hear them in there, so it just hasn't popped
there you
up.
go. There you go.
Here I am.
All right, Phil.
Instagram trying to hold us down, boys.
What'd you say, Phil?
I said Instagram trying to hold us down.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Never.
So we know we can't use that song again. Phil,
so what's up, boys?
How was 4th of July?
4th of July was great. No accidents at the house. Everybody still got their fingers.
There you go.
Things are good. Things are good.
Madam also said good Wi-Fi.
Phil live from the toilet. Yeah. You know it.
That's Juminati 82. What up? What's up?
What up, boys? Yo, Mets 3 in a row right now.
Right.
Big things.
Hopefully we do
6.5 back in the second wild card. We need it.
Yeah.
Cam, we need it. Need it.
Really good.
Yo, when are we going to see Mauricio? When is Vogel back on? And who are we getting in the relief? Because we need to trade and make some moves. We're going to be out of it before you know it unless we do something.
You're assuming that we're not already out of it.
I am not. 6.5 games back in the second wild card. I'm going to be positive Drodo today, and I'm going to be like, hey,
all right,
we're still in it.
I'll give that. We seem to be switching form a little bit about halfway.
Listen. I will get down when everybody is too high up. I will let people know that this is the Mets. But having said that, I mean, when you look around baseball, we're not out of it. You gotta believe.
It's a weird year.
This is weird to hear positive Phil.
Yeah.
Right?
and negative me, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm very positive right now. I like what I see these last couple games, but we have to do something. We cannot. I mean, we've been saying it for a month and a half now. Texas goes out and gets Chapman. We need to do something. We need to bring somebody in.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Brigham and fucking Drew Smith coming out. What up, Farrah?
Yeah, this is flexing is not the deal. This deal
No.
with Washington, like while it was like okay, or with Seattle, I should say. This deal with Seattle was okay, you know, a couple of different arms, but they're different arms. They're not necessarily quality.
Exactly.
We didn't pick it. Now, we didn't give up anything of significance to get them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with it, but it not exactly the move that we need. Now, it kind of brings you back to a flashback like about like Epler's trade deadline last year. Like, is this the move? Like, should we expect more? I feel like as fans, you know, based on last year, we should expect more.
Yeah.
Coming.
I would think so. We're not going out without a fight. Like Drew Minotti said, never say die. And I think that I think Steve Cohen has that attitude. You know, he's gonna sell if it's the right thing to do, but he's gonna wait until the last minute. You know what I mean? He's gonna try to go as long as he can without selling. And you know, I could listen. When I look around the league, I don't feel like we're that far off. I know we stink. Don't get me wrong. We're losing games. We find ways to lose games. But when you look around Major League Baseball, besides Atlanta that jumps out to you, where Atlanta's just on another level, like when you look at the wild card there, like you're telling me we can't catch these guys? We can't come back in 6.5 games?
Not playing 300 baseball, that's for sure. Grant Papora, what's up, man?
Shout out, Grant. What up?
Yep. Gotta love him. I agree with you, Phil. It's all reachable. It is all reachable. We need sharp, like well put together moves in order for it to happen. We're gonna need. We still need. Obviously, we brought up the kids. Alvarez is doing great. I'm very happy with him. I like Beatty at third. What's going on? We still need an impact bat. Hopefully, one with a little bit more of a veteran presence to kind of make things happen. And our pitching is awful. This team, everyone's talking, are the Mets going to be sellers? Are the Mets going to be sellers? Has been a big question. Yeah. You've heard it a million times. This team's not sellable. We have two $40 million pitchers with 4 ERAs. And that's
but you know what, though? This is where I disagree with you. Stevie has proved already that he will pay the money. It's not about that. So in the end, when some of these teams are like, hey, I don't want to pay this guy $40 million, we're going to end up paying 30 of it or something like that.
Oh, yeah, he'll eat the money.
He'll eat the money. That's not an issue.
It's not sensible to sell these two guys.
No,
it makes no sense.
I agree. I agree with him on that.
Maybe in an off-season move, if they did some weird stuff and got decent enough pieces back for it, even if you're using them to like bolster the farm system or something, and you eat like a high portion of the salary, it doesn't make sense mid-season to just get rid of the guys because, like you said, we're going to pay 85% of that salary, and these guys aren't worth 15% of their salary this year.
No,
I would pay Scherzer
not
under $10 million this year, let alone 40.
Not at all. And like I said about even like the flexing move, like I wanted moves like this a month and a half ago, not guys that were going to guaranteed be in in our bullpen or our rotation, just new faces because I know the guys we got stink, and I need to see somebody new.
Yeah, you're not.
You know what I mean?
Not kidding, Phil.
Sometimes these guys, they come to a new place, they get a little fire under them. It's a new atmosphere. They're playing for the Mets now. The stands are packed somewhat every night. You can get a little more out of guys. That's all I want. I wanted it a month and a half ago because I felt like we were going to dig a big hole, and we did. We're almost at that point where we're like the season's over.
The stands are packed because tickets are $11 because even the season tickets don't want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I'll turn the page. We can flip the page. Didn't Flexen get DFA? And I'm pretty sure Logan as well. Yamil's got skills. We need to put the spirit into every single Mets player right now, folks. Absolutely. He was just talking the other day about differences in the league and things that can be changed and stuff. He did make a couple of statements there as well. But but it is just silliness. In my opinion, any crowd that's there, I was there. Styles was there on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, we went Monday and Tuesday.
I was there Wednesday and Thursday. Both days, dead crowds. Both days. The rotundas, people don't really care. It's a less into it fan base that's there because you can get tickets, decent tickets, for between $10 and $15. I would like these things to turn around now. We have a big July coming up. We see the Yankees again in July. We see the Dodgers in July. We see the Angels coming up. We see the Angels coming up soon. We see the Rangers coming up soon. We see a couple of good teams this month.
This month is going to make or break us. What games back do we have to be for you to just be like, hey, we're sellers? How many games back?
If the next month goes by and we're in the same standpoint to where we are, then they should break it down.
Right now?
Yeah.
6.5 games back, 4 or 5 teams in front of us.
Back or more.
Yep.
Out of the wild card, because a wild card berth is a joke. They made it even easier to do it. They should be looking at the division. They're not going to win the division.
But listen, though, like what I said to you before the year starts, I understand we look at the division and we want the division, but who gives Cam earmuffs? Who gives a shit about the division? If we win any games in October, that's all we care about. Like I said to you before, early in the year, if we backed our way into the playoffs and then went on a little run and lost in the World Series or lost in the NLCS, in a hard-fought series, we would look at this year and go, all right, yeah, you know what? We got better from where we were last year, even though we struggled all year. And this is saying if we made the playoffs, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what's better. You know what I mean? Do they joke around with themselves and somehow make the playoffs this year, then flop in the playoffs again? I mean, this team just doesn't have what it takes to be a real contender. And that's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Your best pitchers have a 3.8 and a 4 ERA. You have no designated hitter. You have a Pete Alonso that is just completely limp at first base. He's not doing anything. You know what I mean? You have a Francisco Lindor that's defensively Francisco Lindor, and not that we should, you know, count on our shortstop to get hits anyway, but the way this team is built, we have to. We have, you know, Tommy Pham is probably the best player on the team for the
he's been playing out of his mind, and we have to trade him soon.
He's been playing way up, and everyone else is playing at the floor.
We got to trade him too before he cools off. We got to get him out of here because, you know, I could see him cooling off big time and not hurting his value in a sense, but to what he is right now, his value probably can't get any higher.
I'm sorry.
So
they interrupt, but Alonso didn't even deserve to make the All-Star.
Yeah, he should be sitting down for the week and thinking about what he's doing because 220 for
Logan plays golf. Logan plays golf, comes out and says on Sunday, how do you guys feel about Peterson getting pulled after the fourth with the bullpen struggling? People in my section were in shock after they saw someone warming up in the fourth. I couldn't agree more. He's done this. Buck has done this all year long where he's pulled guys early to go with the struggling bullpen, and it's terrible. You know, he trusts these guys where
it's not.
Where do you get off trusting these guys? These guys have proved nothing for you to trust them, and you go to them time and time again. It's crazy.
Yeah, but Buck has a tendency to make these crazy moves for no reason. You know what I mean? Even what he does with the bullpen doesn't make sense. He relies too much on certain guys. You know, but at the same time, there's no one capable. Nobody's playing up to their potential.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my buddies. I was talking to one of my buddies the other day, and he said Buck manages for 162, and it's so right. When you watch the way he manages, he doesn't have that sense of urgency where it's like, hey, you know what? We're in a big spot right here. Let's bring in a guy we trust. Let's not go to somebody that, you know, just because he's available right now, oh, he's going to pitch the eighth tonight. No, the game's fucking 3-1. It's a big spot. We need to win this game. You cannot go to this guy in this situation, and he continues to do it over and over again. And
Who do you trust?
That's why at this point now, I'm done with Buck.
Who do you trust?
I'm officially done with Buck.
Not Buck. This team sucks. Who do you trust?
I trust Robinson in certain situations. I trust Robinson, and after that, the drop off is I probably trust Brooks Raley a little bit, but I get it. The drop off is significant from him to Robinson, and after that, I don't trust anybody. That's why I have to bring in new people.
Dave Robertson blew 4 games in June.
I know.
You know,
I know.
Late in the game, doing his one job, he blew 4 games.
And we knew that was going to happen. We knew that was eventually going to happen. But the guy's been money all year, so I would have put him in those situations even more, just to be like, hey, you know what? You're the only guy I fucking trust, and I'll burn you out. Because in the end, I'm not thinking about Robinson being available in October, in September or late August. I'm trying for the Mets to be alive in July.
Yeah.
Yo, Vintage Mets said, guys, we're undefeated in July. Put on a happy face.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's what we were saying, Vintage. It's great. We're undefeated in July. We'll have a nice week off. One of two things will happen. Either they'll take the week off, regroup a little, and come out and push that momentum and keep it pushing, or the time off will ice them over a little bit. But they can't possibly
Machine 82 joined.
Excellent. Welcome. Bullpen's cooked. Our starters can't go the distance. Drew, I couldn't agree more. The reason
Drew brought up Luke Voigt early on too, where I can see him coming up soon just to give us the bat. I want to see Ronnie, but again, I'm not bringing up. I cannot stand to see something what we've seen with Vientos again. If we see something like that where they bring up a guy and they don't play him every day, that would just push me over the edge, because when you do stuff like that, it just proves that you don't know what you're doing. You know, the Vientos got no fair shot. You brought this kid up, and you sent him down in such a little time. He never got to play. Let these kids play. And that's the thing that drives me crazy. Like, I get it. it's hard to question managers on decisions, because the only time we question is if something doesn't go their way. If it doesn't go good, we question it. But I question that Vientos thing the whole time. There's nothing that you could get out of it. Why not bring up Mendick the first time if that was your plan, where you're going to go, hey, he's going to play sometimes? Why not bring up that guy right away?
I think that they're just dealing with so much right now that they're just trying to throw something out there and hope someone's going to be like the unsung hero here.
Yeah.
Vientos came up. They didn't give him the reps. I don't think he really got a fair shot.
At all.
Yeah.
You look at some of the hardest hit balls this year by the Mets, and Vientos' name is all over that list.
Absolutely.
The kid hits the shit out of the ball, and you call him up and you let him play one day every 3 or 4 days. It's a joke.
Yeah. How about Alvarez 467 last night?
Oh, you gotta love the kid. You gotta love him.
Who
would have thought? Who would have thought going into this year the best thing about it would just be looking forward to these kids in the future. You know?
Yeah. And that's kind of been the narrative here a little bit, is bringing the kids up, let the kids play, you know. And like I said, you know, I've been saying I kind of changed tunes in June a little bit. And I was like, if this season becomes just, you know, further developing these 4 kids, then bring them all up, let them play. And as Met fans and as diehards, and
that's what everyone wants to see.
We'll take it. I'll take it. If we completely miss this year, but we develop these 4 guys into actual major leaguers in the process and give them the reps, I'll take it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And any step forward is a good step forward. So, Phil, check this out. I was listening the other day. I was in the car early in the morning listening to the radio, and they were talking about the Mets. At first they were killing Pete Alonso, and they were killing Francisco Lindor on the radio. And then they kind of changed too. They're talking about the organizational process here, like the logistics of the organization, the way that things have changed. And just how much work Steve Cohen had to do when he bought this team, you know, and
he still has a lot of work to do.
And he still has so much to do, but he hasn't sold the farm. He's replaced most of the staff. He's brought in a manager and a general manager that he trusts. Still looking for a president of baseball ops. This guy is spending the time to build the team to be sustainable for the long term as well. So there's going to be growing pains here. A lot has been done, and you know, I think a lot of us got really excited, like, oh, he can flash the wallet, he can spend the money, we can get this guy, we can go that guy. Well, pretty much any free agent is fair game as long as they're willing to sign with the Mets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can take like an appreciation for the amount of work that has been done, and also an appreciation for how much is still ahead of us, or ahead of them, I should say. Along the road, and it's a good way. It kind of helps, like when you have a month like that, June, because the product on the field right now is abysmal, and we can all admit 3 games won in a row or not. You can admit there are major, like you could back a semi into some of the holes that this team has. But organizationally, from our farm system to our scouting to the way top to bottom the organization itself is run, is miles ahead of the Wilpon era. So there is a huge positivity in that. And even like thinking back to before the season started, engaging the fans, the amazing day, just bringing more love around the team, you know, there's a lot going on to be very, very happy about along the way, which is really nice.
Yeah, no, listen, and I get that you don't see the results of that for years. You know, you're not going to see results of that for a while. But the thing that, and I'm going to play a little devil's advocate here, is how can we sit here and we say we trust this GM that we bring in, but the use of Vientos was so bad and embarrassing that how do you have any trust for these guys? Because this was a non-debatable subject. You bring the kid up, you let him play. That's it. You cannot develop a kid, a baseball player, by not letting them play. So I just don't understand that. I think what Billy Epler has done in his career, he's done nothing. He has done nothing to prove to me that he is competent as a GM.
He can pat on the fact that he, with the Angels, brought Ohtani to the United States. He was coming to the States regardless. He just happened to win the little battle.
No, 100%. Listen, and a lot of people messed up.
Yeah, and then that's that's fine. You know what I mean? He'll never be a Met. So that doesn't make a difference, you know, unless they're going to pay him $700.
Which I could happening, and then just another 20 years of us just stinking like always.
No,
Yeah.
Because that's what happens.
I agree with you as far as like if you're going to bring the kids up, you have to let them play. They
There's no argument going the other way. No one would even argue that.
Yeah, we had an immediate need for catcher when Narvaez got hurt, so bringing up Alvarez made sense. Escobar was really struggling, so there was every need in the world for Beatty. They just didn't seem very committed to Mark Vientos when they brought him up. So I agree.
But this is my thing. Beatty was already on the team. They went away from Escobar, and if you're going to fill Escobar's role, why call up Vientos? Why not call up the other kid, Mendick, who's that kind of like serviceable guy, the third baseman. He could play multiple positions. He's a righty power bat. They obviously brought him right back up. He's been playing very well in Syracuse when he was down there. So he was a guy that they called up to fill that role, and I get that. But I just don't understand how you could call this kid up and not play him.
I would rather see Vientos than Mendick anyway. I think Vientos' upside is extremely high. I think that this kid is one of the most slept-on prospects. The fact that there's not more buzz about Mark Vientos across the league as far as prospects go and top prospects is completely crazy. I think the kid's getting ripped off with it, and one day the kid will make it to the league and he'll be a star.
Matt R. Smitty, my boy Matt Smith, comes up and says Epler last trade deadline. Naquin, Givens, Vogelslav, and Ruff. Vogelback, the only guy still in the majors, and he's barely in the majors.
Yeah, we should have moved on from him a month ago.
That's
his spot.
See, that's what gets me when we say, okay, Stevie Cohen hired some guys that we could sit here and trust. What proves to us that we could trust these guys? It's the same old Mets.
He trusts them. I don't trust them. I like Buck Showalter. I don't mind him.
But if he trusts them, that means he doesn't know what he's doing, right?
I agree. I think Epler's every move that he's done for the Mets has been completely brainless. Yeah, I think
even every move going back years, like all he's got is Ohtani, and that's what he's going to hang his head on. That all he's done, he hasn't even won with Ohtani.
Yeah, because the Angels just can't win regardless. Yeah,
well, we see that now. We see that now too.
Let's check into the chat real quick.
It's all the same.
Anybody say anything? We're all good.
Yeah, Epler blows, Drew Minotti, everyone.
Drew, if you want to chat, tap in, bro. Let us know so you can tap in. Also.
Yeah, Drew, you can tap in. I will clear out for my boy Drew Minotti.
Anybody want to tap in? Let us know so you can tap in. We got about a half hour.
And Drew, I agree with what Drew Minotti said.
From the hearts of every Met fan. Guys, the organization, the players, everybody, if you're listening to us, if you're out there, get your shit together, please.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Please. Please, I'm going to ask nicely, please.
Like they've looked sharp. They've looked sharp the past couple of games, but it's a couple of games. I mean, we can look at the past month or we can look at the past couple of days. You know what I mean? And hopefully, how many times do we make posts? Like those of you who are in here, I know we have quite a few people that follow all of our stuff very closely. How many times have we said, let's take this momentum and move forward? Let's turn the tide. Let's do that. It's what we've been hoping for. So a really bad June can be made up for by a really great July, August, and September. I agree. Let's not forget, Atlanta was 12 games back last year and played 800 baseball, caught up, and won.
Yeah.
Dropped it. Playoffs, but they came back and they were
listen, I totally agree. It's not out the realm. Like it could happen, but the only thing is we're the Mets, guys.
Yeah.
That kind of shit doesn't happen, and as much as Steve Cohen and we all want to get away from the old, he had to do day one. He had to come in there and fire every single person that works for the Mets. You all gotta go. We gotta start brand new. You have an opportunity to interview for your job. But you are getting fired because we have to change shit. I don't care if you're selling pallets.
Sorry, Vintage Mets said check the
What you
question
selling? You got it.
So Vintage Mets said, can Phil give us some positives about this team going forward? I like that.
Phil, what you got positive?
Yeah, we crushed them already. It's time to say.
So I think.
You know what I mean? We had.
I think this is the. Yeah. I think this is the only positive thing we can look at right now, and I think that's the kids that we got. You know, the impact that Alvarez is making, the impact that I know it was so little, but like Viento's coming up. I was so impressed with him, just the way the ball jumped off the bat. You know, and obviously Beatty, he's kind of cooled off a little bit, but he's still shown that he's a major leaguer, and I think he will get better. But I got to say the kids, man. I got to say the prospects, the kids. I like what I see in the Mets farm system. I think that I believe in that aspect of it. But that's it.
What about Alonso making it to the All-Star game and the home run derby? Anybody out there?
Yeah, I love Alonso too, man. I got so much respect for him because I did not think he was going to be in the home run derby, just coming off the injury and stuff. He just seemed like like he's rushing kind of for this, but I get it because, you know, growing up, the home run derby's so big. You know what I mean? It's almost as big as baseball in a sense, like how big and popular it is when you're a kid. You know, that's all everybody wants to do is hit a homer. So, you know, I love it. And I love like the people starting to do it, bigger names doing it, younger kids doing it too. Like, I want to see the All-Star. I want to see De La Cruz in there. You know, I want to see these young studs in there.
Yeah, your Grant said Cam was chilling. Yeah, he's over here laid back, just chilling out.
He certainly is. His first round, Alonso versus J-Rod. Alonso gets knocked out.
Yeah, probably. Yo, obviously, Pete. Can we all agree too? Pete hasn't been the same since the wrist injury, since getting hit.
Very concerning.
Yes.
On this team,
and that's why I'm concerned. Even him doing the Derby, like I know there's a lot of pressure on him to do the Derby. You know, winning it a couple times and stuff, and you know he is so popular in that aspect. So I get it, but still, man, like he needs that rest. Like Drew said, Alonso needs the rest.
Yeah.
Does he? I mean, vintage. I love Pete Alonso. Like on this team, if I was to pick my favorite
vintage
player,
is too positive. That's what it is. He's too positive.
No, he's not. He's not.
Vintage said Alonso wins it.
Listen, Alonso has been nothing but stellar for the Mets since he came up in 2019.
Oh, he's been the man.
Should have
No one's been
because he has been nothing but great for the Mets. He's a great Met. He's a great personality. He's typically very positive. I see him mentally struggling, though. It's very visible on his face. This guy wears his heart on his
Love
sleeve.
it, yeah. You got to believe it.
So we should, as Met fans, have his back, but it's so difficult to have his back when you know how good he is. And he's hitting 220. So I hope, if for some weird way Pete sees this, we do, of course. We know you're going to figure it out. It's rough to ride this battle when your boys aren't backing you up like this. Like you've done so well at picking other people up through your career with the Mets. They're not doing a good job picking you up. Hopefully, if there's an injury, if there's something going on, he figures it out. And we love Pete. Does doing well in the home run derby build confidence? That's I would love to ask.
Nice money.
Because you got to figure it's basically batting practice. It's nothing crazy. So
yeah.
But a guy like Pete loves the derby. So yeah, if he went there and won the home run derby, maybe it brings back that confidence at the plate. There's other elements as well. Like you could blame it on the pitch clock and his whole little meditation routine and all that. But he was raking before getting hit by that ball.
Or wait a minute, maybe he should start drinking coffee later in the day. So he has to run back into the dugout and hits a couple more.
Yeah. Whatever it is that he needs to do. But Pete is probably, I would say Pete Alonso and Brandon Nimmo and Lindor are probably the three best Mets, faces of the Mets.
100%. And Drew Minotti just mentioned, let's talk about McNeil. When is this guy going to figure it out? It's got to be. It's past time for McNeil to figure it out. I've never been a big Jeff McNeil guy. I love him in a sense because he just has the Mets jersey on. That's the only reason why I love him. I don't think he's that good in the field. I think consistently he doesn't make the consistent play. He misses the easy play. He will wow you sometimes. And if he's not batting 330, 320, he shouldn't be in the lineup,
More than serviceable in the field. And especially being as utility as he is, you can put him anywhere.
I just feel like that consistent play, like that easy play that no one misses, I've seen him miss way too much, and I don't like that.
That's fine because
I'd
yeah,
rather a short-handed second baseman or a fielder that's going to make every play that he's got to make.
yeah.
Real quick, though, I want to touch on something with you guys,
Shout out
even
to
with Cam.
365 also.
How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling about Lindor's year? Because I know a lot of people were shitting on him. I listen to sports talk radio all day, and he gets it a lot, kind of. But I don't think people realize, the fact that he just drives and runs and plays such a good, stellar D.
He's a
You know,
shortstop. He's a
that's
shortstop.
it.
When you're relying
Shortstop hitting 20 bombs, driving in 100 runs. That don't happen.
yeah, and listen, if when you're looking for your shortstop and you need the big hit, you need the big homer, you need everything from your shortstop. It's not a position that's designed for that.
Yeah.
Look at his body type and look at like Pete Alonso and tell me who should have more power.
You know what I mean?
No, of course.
It's not sensible. Big Pete needs to win the Derby. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Maybe if you bring up Mauricio, light a fire underneath McNeil. I think Jeff McNeil I think he does a good job of not only managing himself, but he also holds himself accountable. And you can see he gets upset on the field, and you can see that he knows when things aren't going the way they're supposed to. I actually admire how much more of a professional he is these days than he was a couple of years ago. If you remember, I think it was the 2020 season where he really struggled, and he was visibly upset, throwing his helmet all over the place, just all angry all the time. Might have even been 21. I don't remember what year it was, but it was a couple of years ago.
2021 it was. I remember big time him
now he's struggling. Now he's clearly struggling, defensively and offensively, and he's handling it. So he's
I agree with you on that.
showing
Yeah.
a little bit of a veteran presence, which is much better than being toxic in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
And starting there. So I'll give him that 100%. Thank you, Bruno. We're back, baby. That's right. Undefeated. Yeah.
Anybody want to tap in or anything like that? It's 9:41. Oh shit! Where the game starts?
Yeah, Mets about to start right now.
Down top of the first.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Top of the first.
Lindor's a stud, well-rounded Hall of Famer. Lindor is not a Hall of Famer as of right now. I hope that he strings a few good years together. But I also, on the other point of it, I can see how he could very easily become one.
Listen, if he continues to do what he's doing, I know he's only batting 220, 215, he's terrible down in the two teens, which you hate to see, but the guy's driving in runs. He's doing things that no other shortstop's ever done. So I don't think he's a Hall of Famer either, because I hold Hall of Fame to a crazy high standard. But I don't think it's insane to say it, especially if he keeps up this pace and actually gets that average up to 270, 275, like his career average is. Did I lose you, boys? I think I lost you. I'm out of here. I love you all.
When was the last time we won a series?
Should come back.
What was it?
The low battery thing.
When was the last time we won a series?
No.
Otani watch? Is that what that says?
There we go. We're back.
All right. We're good.
All right.
We're good. Sorry, guys. We're having a couple things going on tonight.
Yeah,
but
we're trying to figure it out.
When was the last time the Mets won a series?
it's Otani's birthday. They won the series. They won
Shout
the
out
first two.
Damian Werner, Fosgate,
Oh, wait, no. Last
XLT,
series against San Francisco. They won
Matt
at home.
Smitty,
Oh, yes.
Vintage Mets as always. always, Drew Minotti. Drew, you want to tap in? Let us know.
Yep, but anyway, to build on Roy, so we'll talk about it, because to build on like what he was saying about Lindor, like there's so many ways in baseball, and in the comments too, drop comments if you agree, if you disagree. There's so many ways to find good things, and so many different stats. So you can find really good things, and it's really easy to find bad things as well. So while you could look at batting average, then you take a look at how many RBIs he has. So at least, even though he may not get the most hits, they're all productive. His hits, like the double he hit last night, and then you have like all his defensive stats, where he's in the top percentile of shortstops in the league. So am I completely upset with Francisco Lindor? No,
You can't be.
He could do better.
He can.
But he's giving us
What
something.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
what I mean?
Anybody see Sterling Marte? Anybody?
Marte,
McNeil.
I was at a game.
Where are all these guys? We need you.
Yeah, I was at
If
the
you're
game
out
the other
there,
night.
you're listening.
Terrible. Oh, Marte struck out with the bases loaded, 1 out. He grounded to a double play, and then the next inning, bases loaded, 2 outs, with the game down by 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs, struck out on 3 pitches on Thursday night. I remember that, and I was like, "This is the toughest thing that I've seen in a long time."
It's been tough to watch, but you know we're trying to pull it together here.
Yeah.
So let's keep it positive. Let's keep praying these boys turn it around and give us some sort of excitement. But you know we're looking forward to the All-Star games.
I made this bet, so how do you guys think it looks?
I agree with Drew Minotti as well. He plays every day. He gets so many at-bats. His average won't change much. One thing that Francisco Lindor is great at, and we'll talk about a positive, is he is on the field every day.
Yep.
Francisco Lindor does not like days off like that. When's the last time Lindor took a day off? That he wasn't playing short. Maybe for a day or two.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. He is one of our best, in the sense that this guy goes out there, whether he's in a slump or whether he's crushing it, he is there smiling every day. He turns it over and he comes out with a positive attitude every single game. And for that, I have an immense amount of respect for Francisco Lindor. And you can't not love him. Even Pete's slumping, he's not looking that happy out there. Nimmo always looks happy. You love him for that. McNeil is doing everything he can to remain positive, and I appreciate him for that. But Francisco Lindor is Mr. Smile, day in, day out, no matter what. It's been a bad year. It's still hard. Love it here. Always love it here, Vintage. It's all love. We got a big fan.
We love it here.
Out here, you know, and we can express some frustrations, this, that, and the third. We're all diehards. We love this team. If they went 62 and 100, I'm still gonna love them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Met fans are Met fans, and you know, sometimes you know you deal with the heartaches and the wins, the losses. It doesn't matter. We're not going anywhere. Nobody's leaving. Nobody's jumping ship or anything like that. It is what it is. You ride or die. And, you know, like they say, Goonies never say die. So hopefully Metsies never say die, you know, and that's it. We keep it pushing. And well, this is our favorite thing. Next season.
That's always tomorrow.
Next season, right?
Yeah. Vintage, I don't just love it here when we're winning. I love the ballpark, the fans, the games, whether win or lose, look for the silver lining and everything. That's right. And Vintage, I'm so with you, bro. I have spent my entire life finding the one good little positive piece to the Mets. And you know what? You can get on them a little bit, because it's okay to vent the frustration. You know, it never takes the love away, and there's always a way out of it. Like right now, Senga just threw his first pitch right in there. First strike. I love it. You know what I mean? I'm all with it. You know, LSGM,
JC Nice, Sammy Rose 861. Thank you guys for joining in. And let's effing go Mets, of course. And yeah, Vintage, like Joe was saying, like, listen, man, and like you were saying, you know, the relationships that we build in the community, you know, and I definitely want to give a big salute and shout out to you, Vintage, man, because you hold it down for a lot of people also, and the connects that you, and the way you bring other Met pages and people together is awesome. So we appreciate you for that. And like you said, it's the stadium, man. It's the atmosphere, it's the crowd, win or lose. you know, the food, everything that comes down to going to Citi Field. We take the drive. I'm sure you take the train. You know, it's just exciting, you know, the traveling to go see your favorite team and then getting to the stadium and then seeing people that you know there. This guy's a clown. And then see people that you know there that you talk to online and you're networking with. So it's all, we're never going nowhere.
The first time we
Let's
met,
definitely go Mets always, and that's that.
the first time we met, Vintage was amazing then.
Yes, that was the first time. Yep, and Vintage looked out for you and he gave you the Peter Alonso bobblehead, right?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Now, speaking of that vintage, I'm going to talk almost directly to you, but everyone else that's in here, of course. I learned a very valuable lesson about taking the train to the Met game the other day on Thursday. So I went on Wednesday, perfectly fine, took the train in from Long Island, you know, took it right back. You'll laugh at this one because on Thursday I got on the train, headed in the wrong direction, and ended up in Port Washington after the game at like midnight, stuck there waiting for an LIRR train back to Woodside. I don't know if you or anyone else has made that mistake. I strongly advise against it because you get stuck in Woodside till about 1 o'clock in the morning before.
And this is the bobblehead that Vintage gave me. Yeah, the Jackie Robinson Award.
One day you'll be playing at Citi Field.
Yeah, Drew Minotti said, relax, Cam. One day you'll be playing at Citi Field, so you can't go too crazy on them, right?
But yeah, man, I got on there and I was like, wait, this train, I just feel like I don't like because it's the first stop from Woodside on the Port Washington line is Willis Point. You know what I mean? So
shout out to Willis Point Lou also.
Always.
Who else we got here? Raven Sebro, H. Rico 16. Shout out to you, brother. Thanks for following.
And if you're
always all love from Fosgate. He's always in here.
If you're an Islander fan, you would like this bobblehead. Mr. Met and Sparky.
GO3, what up, bro?
That's right. And H. Rincon.
Yep.
16.
H. Rincon 16.
Yep. Raven Sebro.
Yep. Said that.
Got that. That's right. He hit us with the salute, my man. I love it. Can't wait till you guys come down for a
Drodo.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a production on the drive. I was at Woodside for like 2 hours. Went to Kennedy Chicken though. There's a Kennedy Chicken right there.
Kennedy Chicken,
man. That is the most like crazy place I've been to. They have chicken. They got halal there. They got
everything. Yeah. Kennedy Fried Chicken.
Has everybody tried Raising Cane's?
I was like, this is.
I always wanted to try it.
Yeah, Cam wants to try Raising Cane's, so we gotta go there.
A little bit of a jam for Senga here. He had first and second, but he got right out of it. Nice stretch by Pete there. Anytime Pete does anything like that, like I hope like maybe this is the game. You know what I mean? Because I believe in him. I think he's not gonna flop and be a flop player. He's great. We love Pete. Pete's got a big check coming to him, so I'm hoping he secures that with the rest of this year.
Secure the bag. Let's secure these wins.
Yep, ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth? But no, everything's going good. What do you guys think? You know, let's drop some comments. What do we think July is going to be like here? Do we think we're starting to see a bit of the turnaround? Do we think that, you know, is this a facade? Is the team getting hot and then they're going to ISO? I mean, like, what do you guys realistically think is going to happen or needs to happen for this team to be successful moving forward? Because Phil's right in the sense of we could get back into the wild card scramble, push for that, and get ourselves in it. But it's going to take a little bit. Cam got the dope cut. His dad must be a good barber. Roy is the best barber on Long Island. Hands down, it's not even a question. I mean, going over Styles for a decade, more than a decade at this point.
Yeah, Cam said he wanted the Brandon Nimmo, but it looks more like the Francisco Alvarez because his hair's dark.
Hey, that just means you're going to be raking at your Little League games, bro.
That's it.
You see 467, that might be further than any homer that Pete's hit this year.
The 4 stripes joined.
This is a home run ball from one of my games.
Oh, you hit it. Very nice. Very, very nice. But no, let's see. We got the dope cut. 4 stripes.
Michael O'Donnell, 5099.
I love it. But no, so we're all tuned into the Met game. You know, we're hoping this is it. You know, you got to believe this is kind of that moment. where things are going to happen here. I mean, what do you think, Roy? Like,
What's up?
Do you think that, how long do you think, like if you had to guess, knowing Pete Alonso, knowing how good he is and his integrity that he has, how long do you think he's going to kind of be down and out? Do you think he'll swing it around soon?
Well, I mean, from a fan's perspective, you would hope he turns it around right now. He just grounded out.
Yep.
So
He's making contact.
yes, but I would assume, being that he was the only one from the team to make it to the All-Star game and the home run derby, that he'd like push harder and try to find his way to set an example and a precedent for the rest of the team. Like, all right, I got to put this on my back a little bit. I got something to prove. Let me show the fans that I deserve to be there. I'm in a slump and a little slow, but I deserve to be there, and I need to turn it around, and I need to turn it around quick. So I'm hoping, very soon. Let's see. All you can do is try to be positive and, wish for the best.
I thought
Yes,
Marte
there's
just hit a bomb, but it was a replay.
There's a silver lining to the All-Star game thing. I'm going to read this comment real quick, then we'll touch right back on that. Fosgate said DJ Stewart could be a good solution to our Daniel Vogelbach issue, which is absolutely correct.
Exactly.
Spot on. Or you can take Luke
Marte,
Hirsch.
let's go.
I
Marte with a single.
I don't hate the idea of Voigt playing. I love the idea of anybody except Danny Burgess playing, to be honest. But anyway, the touchback on that point.
He's actually swinging the bat.
So you had a situation where Alonso's going to go to the All-Star game. You see the camaraderie, especially in the home run derby itself. All the players are all talking to each other. It's all good. You got veterans, newer guys, everything in between. Being in the presence of all these, all of the quote-unquote most successful players in the league could bring morale up for Alonso just naturally.
Of course, it should.
Misery loves company, just like success is, the fastest way to become a millionaire. Surround yourself by millionaires.
Yeah.
That whole ordeal. So I'm hoping maybe he has a couple conversations with some veteran players
That'll spark something.
that there's something.
We'll see,
an
man.
adjustment. You never know.
Gotta stay positive. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Gotta stay positive. And no matter what, cheer for the team, man.
Yeah.
Just pray before you go to bed at night. Before you start your day in the morning, say a prayer for your family, your friends, success, happiness,
And the Mets.
and the Mets. Okay, please, let's all do that.
Like right now, you got McNeil 1 on, 1 out, and you just pray that this is the moment where he gets that hit and he does the things that he does.
Drew Minotti says or sign Nelson Cruz.
I don't hate that either, Drew. That's pretty good.
Anybody
I don't
want
dislike
to
that at all.
step in for like 30 minutes because we.
Yeah, this is already 3 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm also surprised I'm not wearing a Mets jersey, but it just wasn't a thing today. I washed my jerseys and just wasn't, they weren't ready on time for the live. It is what it
Drew
is.
Minotti 82, you gotta believe, always, bro.
Brainless. Stupid move
God.
by Starling Marte, you loser. Who does that? Why would you do that? It's a shallow fly ball hit by McNeil, a lazy fly ball, because that's what we've been getting.
Yeah, and he
recently.
smiled.
And Marte tries to tag up, running at 50% speed because the guy hasn't hustled a single time this year. Anyway, we'll let that be. If you're watching on TV, throw the remote at the TV, because that's exactly.
Are they challenging?
They're totally dead.
No.
He was dead to rights. He was out by 8 feet. Right there.
Yeah, by a mile.
Sit there. Anyway, we go to see the Yankees in the Bronx in a couple of weeks. And, I'm gonna be at one of the games in the Bronx, obviously in a Mets jersey, and we'll go behind enemy lines and go into enemy territory. How do you guys think we do against the Yankees here? They got their holes too, but let's not forget, out of ways to make excitement about things. That series is
said he
split.
looked safe. Oh no, he was safe.
Did he come off?
Did he come off the
No,
bat?
he didn't.
Yeah, he did right there. He might have come off.
No, he
No,
didn't.
I don't think so.
He should have been out. He looked like he was out by about 6 to 8 feet right there.
No, but not that. And that.
He's off right there. He's off the bag right there. See how his hands were like that? He's off the bag right there. I mean, this is going to be tough.
Serena
look at
Post
this
says
line.
my TV is way behind. Only in the replay I can see it. Drew Minotti 82.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Serena, how's Syracuse looking these days?
How's Vientos?
Mark's tearing the cover off, of course. At first glance, you
Fosgate
look
also
down.
said we're still looking at the 15th for a game. Lots of seats in outfield, high up, but together. Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah, we could. Let's try to make something happen, guys.
July 15th.
July
would be awesome.
15th.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I'll go there any day.
I'm definitely down. I'll go any game.
I love all the games. Even when they're bad, it's fun to go to.
Yeah, of
You know what
course.
I mean? I sat, although Fosgate, I will say I sat in the 300s in between home plate and third base. Really good seats. It was an awesome view of the game. They were $11 each.
Martes, I just
Eric Alvino joined. He's a minor leaguer for the Mets. Thank you for
he's
joining.
out. Marte's
We
out, by the way.
appreciate you.
He started. I licked his words and he said,
Grandma
"Wow."
Giggles, Shalom Industry.
They were looking all right. They lost quite a few games, but they've been playing all right. Yeah, I mean, but they
That's
also
it.
lost a couple big pieces. We took Alvarez and Beatty from them, and that's two of their best players. And hopefully we take Vientos and Mauricio and just let them, like, if we're out of it in a month, you gotta want the kids to come up and just give them the
Of
reps and
course.
just call it what
Just
it
let
is.
them play.
Yeah, I agree.
Let them play. That's
couldn't
what.
agree.
Listen, that's what everybody wants to see right now.
Mhm.
That's what I don't understand. Like, again, Buck loves his veterans. We get it. They're his go-tos. But the fans want to see the young boys play.
Yep, the guys to replace right now are Daniel Vogelbach and getting Luis Guillorme off the roster. In the form of Ronnie Mauricio and Mark Vientos. Find a spot for them. If they couldn't find a spot in the field for Vientos, we have a fancy position that doesn't need to play the field called designated.
It's called the DH.
You know what I mean? The National League has these things now.
Yeah.
So we should use that. Mauricio, Lindor plays every single day. Maybe, give him a day or two off a week and then let Vientos and Mauricio
Give him a shot.
platoon designated hitter. They'll platoon designated hitter, and then maybe we get some production out of you guys, and we don't need to go get an impact bat because we can bring up two of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all very possible.
Con Mets, salute to you. Thank you for joining.
Combat, yes. Ruminati, you two preach, boy. That's right.
Yeah, it's the truth, though. Like, I mean, all over social media, all you see, every Met page, and then all the fan comments from the Mets, the followers, everyone, they're saying the same thing. Let the kids play. Bring them up. What more? Do you want us to go to Citi Field and just start chanting, bring them up?
Yeah, like start picking.
What else do you want? Everyone's telling you what you need to do.
Yeah.
It's obvious. Give them a shot.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't work, you figure it out. But give them the opportunity. Let the fans be happy. And if you feel we're wrong, then show us we're wrong.
Yeah.
Bring them up. So that way, if it doesn't work out, you can say, I told you so. And then we know, all right, well, we were wrong.
Yeah.
But until then, I mean, you can't say anything or do anything but bring them up and let them play. Please, if you're listening, let the kids play, man. Let them play.
I'd rather see them come up and struggle to adjust, and then be deadweight than see our veteran deadweight that we have.
Yeah.
In the form of a Guillorme that just can't hit, in the form of a Vogelback that has been in the league for a while and just isn't it for us. You know what I mean? I would rather see, if we're gonna watch players struggle, I would rather watch these kids struggle while developing. So I am 1,000%.
I totally agree. And listen, on the Amazing Mets Zone page, we tend to go a little hard at Vogelback, right? But I mean, we're not the only ones, And Vogie, he's a cool dude. He's fun for the clubhouse and everything like that. But he's not producing at the level of an MLB player
Not even close.
or anything like that. So, it sucks that we have to do those things. We're trying to find positive things, but you're not giving us nothing, Vogie. Please change it around if you can, or you gotta go.
Yep.
We love you, but you gotta go.
Danny Burgers.
Guillorme, I love Guillorme too. Solid player. He's not producing at all. He does. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be positive.
The only time that Lucy Orman was good was when he shaved that beard and rocked the Buzz Lightyear look for 2 months. That's the only time that guy hit for 1 month out of his whole career.
Remember when he pitched for one game?
Right now, Marte is very, very close to getting the X out of my life. Yeah. And if you remember, we had a live earlier in the year where I was like, Marte, we need you. You hit 300. We love you. We need you on that field. You know what I mean? When he slid into the guy's out, I was very big on Marte and needed him back. You know what I mean? But now I'm very like, okay, you're literally blowing games.
It all goes back to what we were saying before. Mm-hmm. Bring the kids up.
Bring them up.
Let them play. Give the vets a break.
Yep. But anyway, with that, it is 10:05. We went a little over tonight.
Well, that's because we had the technical difficulties
you're right.
at the beginning with the song.
Of course.
So we had to start over, so we started a little late. Mm-hmm. Drew Minotti, love Marte, but he's terrible right now. Might need to rehab. Okay.
Yes, to sit him. And you know how you can sit him? By letting the kids play.
Yeah.
And we love that.
Let the kids play.
Yep. And we love all you guys. Thank you so much for the love and support. And
we'll be here next Wednesday.
We'll be here next week. Hopefully with, we'll have a little bit of an all-star game recap, I guess, next week and just talk, take a breath after a rough June and be able to start a new July. But thank you for everybody for coming out tonight.
And
we love y'all.
Yes. And let's keep July positive. All right? Let's go, Mets.
Smile on our face.
Let's go.
Fosgate, we're going to look into that. And we'll check about getting.
Yeah, let us know. I'm down.
Yes, definitely.
Let us know.
Because we'd like to have a little outing. Matter of fact, we're going to make a post and we're going to put it on Amazing Met Zone about like an outing for us to do July 15th to get a gauge on how many people want to come, and then we'll look at something for tickets and put something together here.
Yep.
Luckily, Drew's a wizard with the pictures, and we'll put something together to make that.
Yes. And those really cool memes and pictures you see, of course, Drew Minotti 82, he's the guy. The captions, that's Drodo. Some pictures of Met Height. Met Height really does. He'll come and join us also, but he's good at what the lineup is going to be. He's great at those. Drew does a lot of the wrestling altered pictures, and we all bounce ideas. Like we said, it's a team here at Amazing Met Zone, and I love all these guys. We love each other. We're, like Vintage would say, a family. So shout out to everybody that definitely comes and supports us and checks in on us every Wednesday at 9.
Fosgate,
Yep, 100%. So keep an eye out. Look for that picture. That should be probably within the next couple of days. We'll put something together about that because it's starting to get close. Keep an eye out for that. We love everybody here. Thank you for all your love and support. Like, comment, share, follow. We have a Twitter now too. We have an Instagram. We have TikTok. We got all of it at Amazing Met.
Follow follow Met631 on TikTok.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday, 9 p.m. We're going to have to figure out what we can do about music because it's going to be a little bit boring of a send-off because Instagram literally stopped us because of it. Thank you to whoever reported us, by the way. We appreciate that. Haters means you're doing something right in this world. Everybody have a good night. See you next week. We're signing off.
Follow Amazing Cam.
Amazing _ Camren.
Yes.